Oh, bitch. You did that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel, and in today's video, we are going to be doing this emerald green smoky eye look that I am in love with. This look is actually inspired by a makeup artist by the name of PaintedBySpencer, and I've been following Spencer on Instagram for a while now. I believe that his YouTube channel is relatively new, like within the past year, but if you are into makeup and you're not following him, then you need to be. Also, if you're into makeup and you're not following me or subscribed to me, then you need to subscribe now and also go follow me on Instagram. Since the pandemic started, I have been feeling so uninspired when it comes to makeup, and most of the time when I do wear makeup, it's a very neutral look, nothing too glam, nothing too glitz. But watching PaintedBySpencer gives me so much inspiration, and when I saw him post this green look, I absolutely fell in love, and I was like, I need to recreate that. But without further ado, let's get right into the look. So I'm going to be starting off with this Milk Hydrogrip primer. And of course, you guys know the drill. Put that all around our face. And that is going to get us prepped for our foundation. I really love how this primer sets into my skin. Like, it's just so good. And it grips your makeup so well. Like, it's literally Hydrogrip. So for the foundation today, I'm actually going to be using two. I'm going to be using the Lancome, what is this? The Tient Idole Ultra Wear. And then I'm actually going to be mixing it with this Maybelline 24 Hour. I've been doing this a lot lately. This is like a very light coverage. Well, no, it's actually not light coverage, but it's a very light foundation. This is very heavy, so I use mostly this, but just a few drops of this, and the finish is flawless. So we're going to go in with that, and this is the Lancome one I'm applying first. And then, as I said, the Maybelline one, I really use only just one pump, and I just put it in the places that I need more coverage, like around my mouth and like some of my problem areas where I have like some hyperpigmentation from acne scars and things like that. Now I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and I'm gonna blend that all out. So one of the things that I noticed about Spencer and his technique is he uses one beauty blender for his whole application. He doesn't switch between beauty blenders, and the only time I really ever see him using brushes is when he is applying bronzer or of course eyeshadow. But he uses one beauty blender for the whole application, so I am going to do that today probably for the first time ever, because I usually use brushes for my concealer, but it's always good to try something new. And as I say, his looks always come out flawless, so hopefully mine does too. So now that we're all blended out, I'm going to go in with this Maybelline FitMe Concealer in the color 57 Walnut. And I'm going to use this shade to contour. One of the things I noticed Spencer does is that he contours first, and I don't do that. I usually use concealer first. And I had to ask myself, why was I using concealer first? And I realized that the reason that I was using concealer first is because I used to blend my concealer out. Like, I used to blend it out all the way out here. And I stopped doing that like a long time ago because I realized that it was making my face seem wider than what it actually was, and it just wasn't flattering. And then I would go in with my contour and clean it up kind of, but I stopped doing that. So I don't really think I need to do the concealer first, but honestly, does it really matter? I don't know. What do you guys do first? Do you do concealer or contour first? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm just going to blend that out. And as I said, we're using one beauty blender today. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with this Kevin Aucoin concealer. And this is the exact same concealer that Spencer used for this look. And this concealer is extremely, extremely full coverage. So a little bit goes a long way. And I am just going to use the very littlest bit of this on my eyes. And then I'm going to blend that out. So now using that same beauty blender, I'm going to blend that out under my eyes. And I'm going to bring that up above onto my lid. And then I am going to add a pop of this to the center of my forehead. And as I said, a little bit of this goes a long, long way. And just a pop to my chin. And I'm going to blend that out also. And I got a little bit messy with my contour over here, so I might go in with a little bit of this just to clean that up. But honestly, I think I might just use the residue from the back of this to kind of clean that up. We'll see what it does. Yeah, I think the residue is going to be just fine. I don't need any more of this product because, as I said, this product is very thick, so you don't really need a whole lot of it, and it goes a long way. And also, as you can see, it is extremely full coverage. All right, and so now using this powder puff, I'm going to go in with this Huda setting powder in the color Pound Cake, and I'm going to set under my eyes first, and then the rest of my face with this same powder. And I am going under my eyes again with this before I set, just to make sure that there's no creasing for this product, because this product is so heavy. The concealer is heavy, not the powder. The powder is actually very, very fine. And I'm putting also the powder on my lids so that there's no creasing there. So I'm going a little bit heavier under my eyes, and I'm going to go with the rest of my face, and when I set my forehead, and then, as I said, the rest of my face. And another thing that I learned from Spencer is to always set your entire face before applying bronzer, which is the next step in this, because one thing that I always notice with my bronzer is that my bronzer always skips, or it always looks muddy. And of course, I always use bronzer kind of as a setting powder, but since bronzer is not actually meant to set things, it just doesn't do the job. And of course, I would just turn the other cheek and say, oh well, looks okay, and keep going. But you know, we're elevating, we're learning, we're improving. So gotta stop doing that. And once this is all set, I'm now going to go in with bronzer. I have 3 bronzers here. I have this Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Cappuccino. I have this NYX matte bronzer in medium, and I have the Fenty Beauty in Beige and Gal. And I don't know which one I want to use. I think I'm gonna go with the Fenty, because that Cappuccino, that Anastasia is just a little bit too dark for what I want to do today. And honestly, I use that for my summer shade, and your girl ain't got no sun because I've been in the house, so I don't really, that just might be a little bit too dark. When I get dressed, I'll actually go back in with this bronzer on my shoulders just to give me some warmth there. But right now, I'm not going to do that because I have this shirt on and I don't want this makeup all over my shirt. And so now I'm going to actually bake my jawline, which is something I never, ever, ever do. But he did do that also in this book, and I'm going to just see how it works with me because I'm not really sure. And I'm trying, that tapping sound you hear is me getting this powder out. I've only ever like baked under my eyes. I've never baked my jawline. but I would like for my makeup to be a little bit like lifted. So, and that's supposedly what this does, so we'll see. All right, and now we are going to start with the eyes. Spencer used the Haas Labs green pencil for his look, but I don't have that. I could have ordered it, but I wasn't gonna wait for it to get here just for this look. So I'm actually gonna use this NYX Slide On Glide On pencil in the color Tropical Green, and I'm gonna try to move it a little bit just so you guys can see it a little better. I'm going to start with applying this to my lid, and then I'm gonna go in and blend it out. So I'm gonna take it all the way up to the crease. And then I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. eyeshadow blender, and I'm gonna start blending that out. I'm almost blending it like into kind of like a wing almost, but not quite. Alright, and then I'm gonna go back in with that pencil just to darken it up around here. And this pencil is really creamy. It's actually working out very well and blending out very well. Alright, so my camera died, but I'm back. Can't hold a plate down forever. No, but so next I'm actually gonna go in with this Stila Vivid Jade color. This is a liquid eyeshadow, and I chose this as opposed to an eyeshadow, a regular eyeshadow, because I just like the way that this color looks, honestly, and I felt it was the closest to what Spencer used, which was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism. I believe he used the Prism eyeshadow palette, but I love, love, love this green. I have like a love affair with green, honestly. Like, I could wear green almost every day of the week. I'm gonna go in with that same eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna blend this out. Just a little bit, like not too much, because there's so much glitter and shimmer in this. I don't want that to be everywhere, but just a little bit. Blend that. I actually saw the other day that Natasha Denona is coming out with liquid eyeshadows similar to this, and I want to see what those are like, because if you know Natasha Denona, like, she is top tier. Like, that is top tier shadows, and it's just everything. So I want to try those. I'm sure they're probably the same as the Stila ones, which are very, very good, but you know me, I like to try everything. So now I am going in, and I'm gonna add some powder to my brows so that this brow pencil will stick, because I didn't do my brows first because I just didn't know how far I was actually gonna smoke this. I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. I believe this is actually the first time that I'm doing my brows on camera, and I do them a little bit different when I have my whole face done as opposed to when I do my brows first, but it's pretty much the same technique. just a little different. So I just line, of course, my bottom of my lashes like that. And I start my top line kind of in the center as opposed to the beginning of the brow, because I like the beginning of the brow to look like bushy. So I don't want to create a line that kind of prohibits that. And then I just go in with small hair-like strokes, just like this. I don't do nothing fancy because I don't really need to. Also, my brows are laminated, so and you really can't tell because they're growing out now, but they are laminated, and that's what helps them stick up, because if I didn't do that, my eyebrows actually grow like this way, like almost straight diagonal line, like ain't no lifting them even with brow gel. So that's the only reason why I'm able to get my brow hairs to stick up like this, is because I do laminate them. And laminating your eyebrows is actually bad, but and it doesn't even last long for me. The way that the rate in which my eyebrows grow, brow lamination is supposed to last you like, I think like 6 to 8 weeks. Mine only lasts like 3 weeks, but I ain't gonna stop doing it. I ain't. Alright, and now that the brows are done, I'm just going to go in with this really flat concealer brush just to clean them up just a little bit. Just a little. And I use like the smallest amount of concealer to clean them up. Right, and I'm going to use that same concealer brush just to try to clean this up a little bit down here. And then I'll just take my powder puff and kind of go under there, and I'll brush that away when I brush away my bake. And I forgot the bronzer, so I'm going to go in with my bronzer and give myself a little bit of a contour nose. You know, nothing crazy, you know the deal. Just a little bit of snatched. We don't need to have a super skinny pencil nose. We like our nose. We love our black nose. It's okay to have a wider nose. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, the bronzer just makes it the look more cohesive. It really doesn't even do much as far as snatching your nose. But bring that up into your brow also. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to remove all of that bake and that powder that I put up under the eye to help clean it up. So now that that's all brushed away, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Lifeliner liner. And I'm going to line my eyes, starting with my bottom. I use the mechanical pencil for the bottom, and I'm going to use the liquid in for the top. If you didn't know, this is a dual liner pencil. So now at the bottom's done, I'm moving on to the top. And I'm just lightly lining. I just love how dark this liner is. It's just so dark. Like even against this dark green, it just shows up so good. And then I'm going in with a little bit of black shadow to set that liner. You can use any black shadow. I'm using the Noir, the color Noir from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I just realized that I did not do my lower lash line. I didn't put the green liner on my lower lash line, so I'm gonna go back in and do that really quick. I'm using my powder puff to hold down my eyes so I don't get fingerprints on my face. And I'm smudging it, the lower lash line. Alright, so now that that's all smudged out, I'm going in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on my lower and upper lashes. Well, actually just my lower lashes right now. I'll do my upper lashes once I put my lashes on. Alright, so I'm going to pop on some lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have our lashes on, I'm going to go in with some highlighter. So Spencer didn't use any blush on this tutorial, at least not on camera, and I don't think that he used any when I looked at the picture. So I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Rose Gold Sugar 2 palette. You guys know I love this palette, and I'm going to use this highlight shade here and just go up on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose, just in the places that I want a little bit of pop and where sunlight would naturally hit my face. And I'm using the lightest touch for this because I'm not really into highlight that much anymore. I mean, when it's appropriate, I use it, but it's not how I think everyone's kind of actually that down with the highlight as far as putting everywhere. Like, we used to go ham with the highlight, and now everyone's kind of dialed back. And I'm going to just kind of diffuse that into my skin. And I'm going to go in with a lip now. And for lip liner, I'm going to use two lip liners. They're both from NYX. And the first color is just brown. It's called Brown. And the second is actually my favorite lip liner from NYX. It's called Nutmeg. So I'm going to go in with Brown first and then Nutmeg second. So I'm using Brown to just kind of outline the lip. And I'm going to use Nutmeg to more fill it in. And now this is Nutmeg. Alright, and then I'm going to actually go in with this MAC Satin lipstick. And I think this is the color Cherish. The bottom has kind of worn off on this, but I believe this is the color Cherish. And then I'm going to go in with a lip brush and bring that all out. And I'm going to use this Maybelline lip gloss in the color Amber. This is their new lip glosses that just came out, and I love these so much. And the Amber and I believe Stone are my favorites. Alright, and to set today's look, I am going to be using this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So I've been using this setting spray lately, and I love this so much. Like, it sets my makeup in place so well, and it just locks everything in. And when you initially spray it on, it kind of has like this kind of shimmer effect to it, where you kind of get worried. You're like, oh wait, is this about to ruin my makeup? Especially if you're looking for a matte face. But after like 10 minutes, it kind of sets in, and it just like, it gives you such a flawless finish, and I just love it so much. The only thing I don't like about it is the spray thing. I think I got spoiled with the Morphe Continuous Mist spray, and you have to just keep spraying this instead of having that continuous mist. That's the only thing that I would change on this, but I don't even know if this formula would be able to sustain a continuous mist. So, you know, that's just me complaining. Don't listen to nothing I'm talking about. Alright, you guys, so this is the final look. Do you love it? Like, I absolutely love it. I love green. As I told you guys, I have like a love affair with green. Any shade of green too. Just lime greens, dark greens, blue greens, any type of green, money green. Baby, I love it. And I love how everything just blended so seamlessly. And as I said, the techniques that I picked up from Spencer, I will be incorporating them into my everyday routine, into all of my videos moving forward. So make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Also, as I said, check out Spencer's channel. I really, really, really like him. And I am just so glam. Like, this is just so, listen, I did that. Like,